Hello everybody, welcome to section C of minor gaps. So let's get going. You should have the B flat here with the third finger, and short pause, really short pause. It's just a 16 note pause, so 16 note rest. You use your third finger again to grab the and then grab the E flat here. Alright, so it's like boom, okay. So for the last beat of bar 14, you have this. You should let everything ring, but let me show you the fingering first. So I use my first finger. I slide, and then you hit the E flat here, keeping the B flat below it. Ring through, and then slide the whole thing down, so you don't actually play the last bit. You just slide it down. Make sure everything rings throughout. You let it ring like that. So that's a very cool phrasing, actually. Alright, so sorry about that bit. So anyway, so and then you come back to the sixth fret. So alright, so you use your first finger to do that much bit. While you do a slide, one very important technique that you have to bear in mind is that the thumb should be supporting the slide. So when you slide, your thumb is not actually moving along with the slide. It's actually supporting it by it's like an anchor there. So it's behind the neck, trying to support the thumb, the fingers above the fretboard, something like that. So all right. So make sure you do that. Alright. So moving on, since your first finger is here, the best finger choices for the next three notes would be you have the third finger and fourth finger. So this is how I finger it. Alright. So 16 is short note here. So make sure you don't move away because you're hitting notes again pretty quickly in the same region. Moving on, third finger again. So this part is a little tricky, and the reason is that for a lot of people, they don't know how to stop the string from producing this. So when the string comes down after a bend, you don't want it to sound, especially when it's not needed. So what I do here, the sound that you're achieving is, so sometimes it, most of the time, a lot of times it really helps to look at the actual notes and see what you can expect, what you should be expecting. So what I would do, and then when it reaches the top, I actually mute it. I release. So let me do that again for you. Bend, mute, release, grab the next note. Alright. And that's how it would sound like when it's played in normal speed. And the reason that I do that is because I don't want this sound. Alright, this sound when it comes down from the string. So I use my right hand to pick, mute, to grab that, to eliminate that noise. So that's how I do it. Moving on to bar 17. Alright, so for this part, let me do it one more time just correctly. That's better. You have to distinguish the melody from the accompany part. So if you listen, just play the two lines individually. Doesn't sound like it's the melody, huh? So the lower one actually sounds like the melody, because what we did before makes a lot more sense. So we are positive that the notes below is the melody. So if it's the melody, we want it to sound bigger. We want it to be louder. So one way to do it, we use our downstrokes for this part. So we're not doing that. So we're doing downstrokes, all downstrokes for bar 17. So you have a hammer on here. One more, and then two of these. And you should really sit down and meditate on this. Strum very lightly, but making sure the lower notes actually sound louder. That shouldn't be too hard to achieve, since you're hitting that string first. You should play these two notes consecutively till you can convince yourself that I'm actually hearing the melody. Alright, so let me do bar 17 for very slowly. 3E and 4E and alright, moving on. So you have the third finger here, but you can also use the first finger, since we are moving on to a higher register. So you want to grab the octave here by sliding from the 9th fret to the 9th fret, and I use my second finger, the middle, like that, and then I grab the 9th fret with my first finger. Okay. All right. So what comes up? I would use my first finger to do the triplets here. Okay. That's one way to do it, and but what's written on the page is so what it wants you to play to play is, so it wants you to use your third finger again. All right, like that. So you can pick any one of them, but I would strongly suggest you do the do what's written down, so that would be safer. So moving on. So you have some interesting phrasing here going on. So when you hit the first note here, make sure it's short, so it doesn't sound on it. It starts on the second 16th note of the third beat. So 1E and 2E and 3E. Practice like that. 1E and 2E and 3. And just learn the whole phrase. Alright, so the first note is short, and then a short note here. So practice slowly until you get the phrasing totally accurate. So 1E and 2E and 3. Moving on. Alright. And you can grab these two notes with both your third finger, or you can do it like that. And for what's coming up, I would definitely use my second and third, first and second finger. Alright, like that. Because I want to hit these two with my third finger, so I bar them. So, alright. So that's what you can do. Sometimes I do it with a hammer on. I think that sounds really sweet. Alright. And then let's move on. So after what you can do here, you just move these two fingers down by 1 fret, so that way you are really efficient with this part. So, and then move down by 1 fret for the first 2 fingers. All right. So there you go. You have section C. Get this part down, and I will see you in the next section.